everyone, and welcome to Prestige Encounters, a Dungeons & Dragons campaign brought to you by Prestige Gaming Community. We have a really great session for you this week, but before we get into all that, we have a few announcements to get through. First and foremost, a lot of the music we'll be hearing tonight is brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is a music production group creating goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music that you can be using at your tables at home. For more information, go to midnightsyndicate.com or use the command !midnight in our chat for a direct link. You can also find their music on Spotify, watch your music videos on YouTube, or even ask your Amazon Alexa device to play Midnight Syndicate right now. We also utilize Arch Forge, which is a comprehensive tool for dungeon masters and game masters alike to add ambient sounds to their campaign, sound effects, or music itself. There is also a map making tool, map building, and so much more as well. And also their maps can be animated, so if you use their tool in person, such as a screen on a table like we did for our in-person session in one shot, there is a live play option as well to have a nice animated map to use for like spell effects and so on and so forth. Go to arcandforge.com or use the command in our chat !forge for a direct link and the code prestige at checkout for $5 off your purchase. You may notice as I bring everybody else in, hello everybody else.
Hello us and everyone.
Hello. That we have these amazing bust portraits of our characters that were made by this guy right here, Jeremiah, who's also Slime Rice. He has done the line art and our character art, and the coloring was done by Starving Artists. These characters, these artists actually, can be commissioned in our Discord to contact them. Immense amount of talent. It's a really great time, you know.
You can commission our characters, but it costs extra.
Yeah.
It's far
too expensive. Has to go through a screening process.
Far too expensive. You cannot afford me.
Anyway. Yeah, they're on Only Fantasy.
Coming soon, our Prestige Encounters pinup calendar. So there's that. Yes,
not to be confused with Fantasy though.
Fantasy.
It's all Kydro.
Yeah. Here to tell us about our first sponsor for this evening is our very own Jeremiah. Jeremiah, take it away.
Totally. All right. So Rogue Energy, it's amazing. It's a beautiful energy drink company. Something that you should know about Rogue Energy is that they are more than just what the competitors are, which is expensive caffeine water. They are a very, specifically measured formula of greatness that will keep you energized throughout your day, whether it's for work, gaming, working out, if you want to use it for that. It's great. They have a wide array of flavors. I personally am a big fan of pina colada and the blue raspberry.
So good.
And I know Michael's got like a couple more flavors that he has. Like, he has a sour candy right now, and he's been working on getting that one finished. But it's great. You can check them out at rogueenergy.com, and if you decide to buy something, which you definitely should, you can go and use code prestige at checkout for 10% off. It's totally worth it. Soon I'm gonna need a re-up because I've been blasting through this pina colada.
You like pina coladas?
Yeah.
Getting caught in the rain.
Anyway, it's really great. You should check it out.
Thank you so much, Jeremiah. And let's say that energy drinks are your thing, but you still like to be energized and get your daily dose of inspiration. We are also sponsored by Found Familiar Coffee, a D&D themed coffee company that you can use the code Prestige at checkout for 10% off their either single origin roast or their blends as well. You can get those whole bean or ground. I use regular Knoll absolutely that I use for my morning coffee. As I prepare myself for my day. It's delicious, it's great, I highly recommend it. If you are not a caffeine person, you can't have caffeine for whatever reason or choose not to, that's fine as well, because they have their False Life, which is their non-caffeinated blend as well. So fantastic, it's a lot of fun. They're delicious coffee roasts, And thank you so much to both Rogue Energy and Found Familiar Coffee for sponsoring us. Thank you. Code !coffee in chat for a direct link. Also, you have a week and 1 day left to enter into this month's monthly raffle for our gaming community, everybody. In this bag that I'm fondling, not unlike most bags I get fondled, is a bag of dice. Inside this bag, sorry, I just saw the face reactions, is dice made by Stone, known as Jasper. Look at this D20, guys. So nice. It's like black with waves of gray in it. It's like what the fountains in malls are made of. That's how nice it looks. Like in the 1990s at the peak of malls. Beautiful. If you see these in person, you're like, oh yeah, that is what the fountain's made of. So you know, awesome dice, really great value, especially when you can enter into it for absolutely free. By the way, did you know that? Free to enter these dice. And while you're watching Prestige Encounters, you're getting double bones to enter into that giveaway. So it is 2 bones every 5 minutes for a viewer and 10 bones every 5 minutes for a subscriber. So really cool. And it's 100 bones per entry into the raffle, and you can enter in as many times as you want or whenever you want, as long as it's within the next week and 1 day. So really great. Am I forgetting anything? I think that's it. Other than our natural 1 dice giveaway for every 5 natural ones that we roll on D20s that are used in the game. We give away a set of dice to somebody in Canada, excluding Quebec, or USA only.
Tends to happen a startling amount of times.
C'est la vie.
It is unpredictable.
I will announce that I've rolled a total of 20 natural ones since this campaign began.
That's like 5 sets of dice from 1 player, and we got 7 of them. I had to stop and count for a second. But anyway, here to tell us what happened last week in Prestige Encounters on the continent of Mernwin is none other than Aspen. That's loud.
The last few days have been going by very fast. We left that dungeon and made it back to present our findings to Ithondo Lestina, and she presented us with very unsatisfactory answers. Cleansing water is what we need to cure our family's disease. But the real question is, how will we get that? And as we recovered and went around the city to fix some of our party's disintegrated weapons and other things, we stumbled upon a interesting man named Minorialis, who's a man of great magic and not somebody pretending to be somebody else, as I made sure of. And he showed great interest in our journey. Even invited us to a dinner later that day. And we took that up. We met with him only to be revealed that he has been part of a group that has been looking at us for time since we all met, actually. And there were unnamed figures that have been watching our every move. It was him, the tailor we met not too long ago, and Zavis Quintomo, the leader of the Everlost Guild, the one that I had great suspicion of. Apparently he had great suspicion of us as well. But they present a opportunity to further our own goals with a teleportation to a desert far east, and where we could meet a sphinx that could help us with time dilation, traveling between realms. And ultimately, we do have a lot on our plate from even before we met this man. So with consideration, we started heading off back down to the city that we had came from a little while ago. And we stumbled upon a interesting sight. It was a woman standing near a body of water filled with dead Magon. And confused as we were, we tried to talk to her, and I could only get limited responses through the small connections I had with Primordial. But before we knew it, a living Magon approached and decided to start attacking. After he saw his dead comrades. And it's all falling apart very fast. I'm trying to reach this woman and try to explain to her that we meant no harm, but the violence continues, the Magon is slaughtered, and I don't know what to do.
All right. So we are currently in the middle of initiative, everybody. And it is Aspen's turn as these water elemental like creatures have risen up and are attacking you with tridents mixed with the power of ice and cold, occasionally within their attacks. And Aspen, on a roll. What would you like to do?
All right. As Aspen has been doing since the beginning of combat, and he's extremely desperate at this point as he's seeing there's no response. He's gonna keep yelling out and trying to, stop this before it goes on any further. Should I roll another persuasion at disadvantage?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Use my dice for that. Shit. What's my bonus? That is a 7.
7. There's no response.
All right. And Aspen is he just previously attacked those two right there.
Mm-hmm.
So
And a refresher, the one marked red has taken the most damage. Then from least amount of health left to most, then green, then orange, then blue.
all right. Aspen's going to use this movement to get over here. And he's going to cast Thorn Whip at the red one, one marked red.
Okay.
So, yep, here we go. Oof, does an 11 hit?
An 11 does not hit.
Yeah. All right, so that goes wide. And let me see if I could do anything for my bonus action. Yeah, Aspen will just turn invisible once more.
Okay. So as you cast Thorn Whip and lash out with this mycelium like whip, the form of this creature just adjusts and the whip just goes through as like the space of water around it just kind of allows it to pass through while maintaining its shape. And it is now its turn. Well, not the one you attacked, but the next one's turn. It is gonna zoom up here and it's gonna go after Kydro with 3 attacks with his trident.
Okay.
He also has 3 attacks.
With
I
disadvantage
have 4 now,
because
actually.
you're so that will be a miss for the next one. A 10 to hit.
Yeah.
An 11 to hit.
Okay.
Sorry, 15
Next
to
one's
hit.
gonna be a 12.
That's
okay,
a 15 hit. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
then a 17 to hit.
Close but no cigar. Yeah, those are all misses.
All right, so watch as like your form's kind of shifting back and forth with your displacer cloak on, and it's trying to stab you with its trident, but it cannot guess where you are, along with your nimble like body. Cormac, it is now your turn with Casimir on deck.
Wheat.
I actually went click twice, but you guys know whose turn it is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Can I see which of the 4 looks the most hurt?
So yeah, the one marked red. That's you don't you know which one looks the most hurt, like you know which one's been attacked the most. Which would be that one.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
And you were concealed.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Trying to figure out well, I guess I can. No, I don't want to risk that and accidentally shoot Asher in the back. So, so wait, this
What
bush
kind of
over
DM
here.
would make that happen?
What would give a player the idea to have to even think that? Crazy. Anyway, this bush that's over here. About how big would you say that bush is? The one that's directly like.
It has not
right
been
here.
trimmed in some time.
Okay.
Because this is a forest.
All right. I'm gonna try to sneak over to said bush and maintain my concealment.
Roll for stealth.
And do.
As little action rolls.
It's a 17.
None of you see this. But Cormac goes parkour and rolls across the ground like
And he drops his
like
gun.
a pill bug. Just
I don't
rolls.
have a gun. Quit reminding me. It's still a touchy subject. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, Cormac is now going to attack with what weapon he does have left, his longbow. He's gonna go for the red guy here.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 27.
27 will hit.
All right. For 10 points of piercing damage total.
Is that a magical attack?
No.
So 5 points of piercing damage.
All right, and then
And which one did you check? The one marked red?
Yeah.
Okay.
and then extra attack. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
All right. It's gonna be a 9, so 4 points piercing damage,
Okay.
and that will end his turn.
Casimir, it's now your turn.
All right. Action disengage.
Okay.
And Casimir is going to kind of he's going to fly kind of a little bit over Astra's head and do a not so graceful landing behind her.
Okay.
And focus on his internal training and try to regain some health,
Okay.
which he does. Yeah, as he uses his second wind. And he gains 13 hit points.
All right.
And yeah, and he pulls his sword out kind of defensively, just in case something comes at him, but he's looking, even with the health, he looks a little desperate.
Is that your turn?
Oh yeah.
So this one's gonna come over here, and it's gonna stab at Zulkifli, who's up on the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there it is. 3 attacks.
Okay.
I have 14, 15,
Nope.
16.
Nope.
Man.
Each one dodged.
Yeah, so Zulkifli, with either it's your natural hide as it stabs, it just like deflects, or your nimbleness and acrobatic ability, but this thing cannot touch you. And it misses all 3 times. This one is now going to zoom over here. It's going to make its first attack against Astra. not wanting its quarry to get away. 25 to hit.
It hits. There's nothing I can do for that.
All right, so to start, that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the cold damage, 8 more points of cold damage.
Okay.
Oh, also, if you take cold damage, if you get from one of these hits, I did not read this far into its ability, but for every attack it lands, you lose 10 feet of your movement when it uses a cold damage attack. So that's all.
Nice. That's just the cherry on top. Thank you.
So the next attack is going to be against Casimir.
Yeah, let's do this.
That is going to be 25 to hit.
Yep. Yeah, that hits.
Right.
That by like a lot.
So that is going to be 11 points of piercing damage.
Uh-huh.
Plus 9
If it's
points of cold damage.
Oh.
1 hit point.
Oh, wow.
Oof. Oof. It
That
has
is
one
like,
more
I was going
attack.
to say, if that's 10 or higher, he's down, but no.
Nope. It has a max of 10 for the cold damage. And it's going to make one more attack against you, Casimir.
Okay. Okay.
That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Ouch.
Can I react to that in -6 with my
A 17 to hit.
yellow?
Shield.
Okay.
It misses. Between what Astra did
Just splash my face with
and
my water.
a second magical aura surrounding him,
So
it
yeah,
is
so
deflected.
it goes towards you with its spear, lunging forward, but Astra kind of projects this light towards you that kind of deflects it, but it's starting to break through, so you just reinforce it with a shield, kind of like a combo block.
Yeah.
Thus preventing the attack from hitting and knocking you unconscious as you're just like bleeding. You're like holding up one arm up and using your shield with your magical shield protected by your sword.
Yeah.
So
Casper's
that will...
like glowing.
Astra, it is now your turn.
Yeah, it sure is. And I'm gonna go ahead and follow after the lead of my brother. I'm gonna stand tall. I'm gonna look at this water spirit in front of me and yell in primordial, "We do not want to fight, we want to help." And I'm going to use 3rd level Aura of Vitality. Go ahead and get that rolling. I'm gonna heal. If I roll for a persuasion right now, it would be just a flat roll, right?
It would be a disadvantage because
If I heal the spirit, the water spirit, could it be balanced?
what is so it's this range of 30 feet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that a 30-foot radius or a sphere that spans across the diameter? Which one is it?
It's within the radius, so it's 30 feet from me in any direction.
Okay, so that's about a third of the pond. So I'm gonna roll a percentile die. If you get a 34, if I roll a 34 or below, I'm gonna say that the aura's in there, and I will give you advantage on your persuasion check.
Okay.
You may roll. That's a 2. You may roll with advantage.
Excellent. Will do.
That'd be a great moment for divine intervention.
Oh yeah, Starry Form is in effect.
So I'm also gonna give 12 healing to Casimir next to me with the Starry Form. In persuasion, let me roll again. 16.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, but that 4 healing went to the spirit in front of me, by the way.
Okay.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
you feel
what it is.
your spell connect, and heal. And as that happens, you notice that some of the water begins to clear.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing as of yet.
Which water begins to clear?
Progress.
Like the pool,
The
or
pool. Like it begins to become less polluted with like blood.
oh,
All right. Hydro.
All right. Hydra's going to do a Hydra classic. You guys know what he's about to do. Go for the red one. Gonna hit him with a flurry of blows.
Okay.
1, 2 normal attacks for a 22 and a 11.
22 hits, 11 misses.
All right. And 2 more if you play it blows for a 13 and 19.
19 hits, 13 misses.
Got it. For say lightning, I believe
Okay.
you're going to use 15 lightning damage, and I'm going to proc stun again. I need a con save.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me actually use my reaction to try to block one of his attacks.
Oh, snap. This is happening
Which
again.
one? The first or second one?
The first.
Okay.
You see my draconic wings come out, and if I remember right, it just reduces the roll by 3. Let me double check. Oh, I roll, I think? No. +3 bonus. Oh, it adds 3 to the AC of who I choose. So I added 3 AC to the one who punched with the first attack.
Okay. For the con save, it's going to be a 15.
Okay, yeah, so they succeeded that.
Okay.
And yeah, it's my turn.
So as Kydro attacks and you block it, and the next one hits the water elemental Myrmidon, resists the stun, and it heads back into the water.
ooh.
Can I take a should I take a reaction opportunity attack?
You can certainly try.
I think I will.
No,
I'll go for it. Why not?
I mean, Nate just blocked your attack. If you want to try to attack again, you can.
I'm trying to think. It's a Kydro thing to do. He's relentless.
Yeah.
I'll go for it. Yeah, it only makes sense. Playing the character. Here's the draconic strike. It's a 20 to hit.
Reduce that by 3.
Oh, 17.
That will miss.
Oh my god.
8,
The
that will
whole party.
just miss, actually.
All right, so on the way out, as he moves away, he's just gonna swipe at the air. Just get away from me, man. Come on now.
For now, that will win initiative.
Okay.
As all the Myrmidons lose their shape and collapse back into the water.
All right.
Okay.
In that case, Aspen's going to reappear from, the distance, and become visible again. And he's going to walk towards the water, and he's gonna call out towards this lady in Primordial, like, please come out and tell us what happened.
From the middle of the pond, you watch as there are it's very still, almost like glass, but then there's a ripple that kind of like comes out from the center and followed by multiple ripples, almost that are like synchronous with one another, and just the top of her bust comes up, just her head, as she's kind of just like wading in the water and staring at you. She does not speak.
Does she still look a little hurt?
She has visible scratches on her, like she has a cut on her forehead. But that's the only one that you can see with her current form. And then you also notice, like, from the part where the water like touches her, you cannot see anything else below the water. It's almost as she evaporates into it.
Aspen is he's going to reach out his one hand and he's going to say, "Please, I mean no harm." Casting Healing Word at the first level. 9 points of healing.
Okay. What do you want?
I just want to know what led to the bloodshed that we stumbled upon in this pool of water.
I protected myself.
Did the Magon try to attack you?
In a way that they did not know. There was a time when the elves of these lands respected us, but no more. She's saying this in common, by the way.
Okay. I was
That's
gonna
why
ask.
it's so
Good
clear.
clarification.
What
She can
did
speak
they
common the whole
do?
time.
What did they do to you? I'm saying this from the rock. I'm just gonna take a leap, do a little somersault in the air, and then land smartly next to my friends.
She's gonna kind of like look around the water, and now that you're closer and not in combat, you're noticing there is refuse and garbage that's kind of like collected at the edges of the water. There are scraps from, you know, encampments, that sort of thing.
Can we start, or can I start rather, scavenging through that, picking out the water, seeing what's there? Maybe there's something interesting.
Make an investigation check.
Of course.
Man, we're celebrating Earth Day a month early.
So
Oh, a natural
Ooh,
20.
nice.
We love the Earth.
There's
In this
not
house.
much of interest. It's mostly just garbage from camps where these soldiers that have been transporting between cities, marching northward through the Lernwood Forest to the Great Morgo Plains to the war, have just like tossed stuff in, or things have washed into the pond itself.
Okay, but we did good at cleaning it. It's really good and effective.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd like to start
Yeah.
casting prestidigitation here and there and scooping up trash out of the
So-
water.
Aspen looks over to her. So these elves, they were throwing their unwanted belongings inside of your home.
It's more than a home. We are connected.
I understand. Me and my sister can understand in a way that most can't. We were lucky enough for most of our lives to live in a place where there was no interference. But I do understand what it's like for something to come along and poison a part of yourself.
All these elves do is cut and burn trees and manufacture machines for war.
These elves you speak of, where do they come from?
The lands that you're in.
Ah.
That's me as a DM saying that.
Okay.
You know, and Astra's saying this as she's going through things on the embankment, you are not the only ones being wronged by them. And perhaps it might be wise to gather together with others who might seek to have a similar fate, a similar outcome. Perhaps we bring nature back and we realign everyone with how things should truly be.
That's not ominous at all, Astra.
Of course not.
No, not ominous.
This world and this is highly unnatural. The workings and the ways, the traditions.
She's gonna disappear beneath the water for a moment. And then she'll resurface carrying a drinking horn. And she's gonna walk over to she's gonna swim over to Aspen, and it's like a horn shape, but it has a stopper at the end where it's most narrow. And she's gonna hand it to you, and it is adorned with turquoise and pearls, along with the kind of carvings of fish scales that kind of give it like this blue-green color, almost like an oil slick. And she's gonna hand it to you.
What is this?
A blessing. What she's handing you is a decanter of endless water.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Aspen takes it and kind of nods, and then he puts it on his belt through one of the loops that he has there. This might serve me very useful. Is there anything you want me to do with it?
It's for you. As a thank you. You may rest by these waters. And then you notice as like her ears will kind of point upward, almost like alert away. And then she'll dive beneath the water and will not resurface. This is as from the west, there is a fog that's kind of like rolling into the forest.
Is this fog normal, or are we talking like a
Make a nature check.
catching fire kind of fog? What are we looking at right now? Okay. A nature check?
Uh-oh. It's the fog. We got to the middle of the map.
Another natural 20. I'm sorry. I can't stop.
This is a fog that seems to be made magically. And walking down the path, becoming clear as you're kind of like examining this, is a black silhouette. What you see before you is a tiefling. This tiefling has purple skin, is wearing a long trench coat, and at his hip is an obsidian wand that is smoldering at its tip. Oh, hello. He has this wide brimmed hat, circular and black, almost like Midnight Jack's in the last campaign. His horns coming up, curling back. And as he raises his head, what you see is one of his eyes is completely white, along with his skin going back is all withered and warped, showing his teeth and his jaw on one side of his face. I was hoping I would catch up with you.
Who may you be?
I am someone that has been sent to escort you to your destination. I was sent by Athlano Lestina.
I guessed as much.
I am the lieutenant of the Black Order. It is a pleasure to meet you. Tristlan Faltress, at your service.
That's a infernal focus, isn't it?
Oh, are you one who studies the magical arts?
No, we just delivered one time. They all look the same. Just very dark and demon-like, infernal, and a focus. It's all very self-explanatory, actually.
Then why ask a rhetorical question about it? Or is it the self-explanation that makes the question rhetorical to begin with? Anywho, I am here to escort you the rest of the way to Velri Ysun.
Fortuitous.
Is there any particular reason?
Oh,
This
we
wasn't
have
part
some
of a deal.
errands we have to run. That I must run while there, and your safekeeping is important to us.
Did we still want to pick up some cargo to sell?
We have our card.
Yeah, we have in the cut.
Oh, right. I must have got knocked in the head there.
I think I got most of my blood knocked out, so I know what you're saying. Oh,
Just a quick point of clarification. Did we get to rest by the pool there like she invited, or did we just press on?
So
We had
as
a
she was
short rest,
offering
or
for
is
you to
that-
rest there, he showed
Yeah.
up.
Oh, that's when the guy arrived. Yep, got it.
So if you want to rest, you can. It does seem like you all have seen some battle here. Is there a creature nearby that is of a danger to Indolbeleg?
No.
One of you
By
can roll a
now-
deception check with advantage.
Zulkifli is, by the way, come out of his were-tiger form.
Mhm.
Wait,
A
who
lot of
else said
orange
no?
fur blowing away in the wind.
Who else said no?
I did, and
So
Zulkifli did.
Chloe, Zulkifli, and Nazmir all said no.
I said it as well, but who
So-
has the best deception here?
I have a -1 in perception. I'll take the roll if nobody else steps in right now.
I'll do
Yeah,
it.
+2.
I'm not the most good, but I'm about that good.
I feel like they're discussing
five,
who's
but
like the most convincing
He's
liar.
the best
Who's the
liar.
lie right now?
Are we doing? Yeah.
Little huddle first, like who lies the best?
I got. If there's multiple, well, not that an 8 is much better, but is it advantage or straight? Oh, you said advantage.
Mm.
Well, mine was only an 8.
I think we're
Are
He's
you-
gonna
committed.
like kind of tilt his head for a moment. Oh, then there's nothing to worry about.
Yes.
So glad to hear it.
We get some.
Do you need
Exceeded.
some healing?
My friend, I'll gesture to Casimir. You just need to
I just
fix him.
need some time. Is that? And as you know, my friends are so convincing. Anything can be a threat if you do damage to it and you hurt it. Some things are best left alone, protected and kept sacred.
He'll take his wand from the loop on his belt and kind of hold it between his two fingers. Are you denying my assistance?
Can I do an insight check on this guy? Not
Yeah.
that it'll go well. That's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20.
That was a 19.
He's not malevolent in any way. He is more so trying to size you all up. You can get a sense that he's trying to read you. Perhaps to see if he thinks that you're strong or weak at this moment.
I mean, with someone so strong as you with us, do we even need to be healed?
My friend is hurt very badly, but not too bad. He says only to save your magic.
Cough split up.
Yeah, safe. Pastilla will face something else after this. So, who sent you? You are with the Megon?
Arch Mage
Atlanta.
Archmage.
Amelia.
She never said anything about you.
She's not the conversational type. Are you gonna do something about the bodies, or shall I?
Bodies. Okay. I'll start dragging one by one. It's okay, please. Well, then he's gonna just sit down and there's a pile. He's gonna sit down and take his rest.
I suppose perhaps you should pass a message on to the Megon to respect the ancient lands that your people came from.
You know, they can still be useful. And he's going to take his wand, and you watch as it kind of gets this orange-red glow from it, and these runes kind of like spark up his arm and up onto his face, and almost like it's burning into him. And he's going to say some words. If anybody speaks Infernal.
Yes, there is a person who speaks Infernal.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's a simple incantation. It's rise to continue to serve your purpose in this world. And as the smoke and these smoky tendrils come out from under his cloak, with almost as if they're burning inside, you watch as it wraps around each of the corpses and goes into their mouths, and they begin to shake and seize and shudder, and they rise. They'll stand watch.
Necromancy?
Oh, sort of.
I'm not comfortable with you here.
That's that demonmancy thing.
Infernal of some kind. Astra. Let's.
What is this? Are you serious? Aspen.
Yes. Yeah.
We are seeing the same thing.
Yes, he brought some dead to life. Or he's controlling them.
I feel ill. I'm just going to rise
So
and walk.
you're
away.
uncomfortable with that which is dead and alive at the same time?
There's a process, Casimir. She's saying this turned away, back to the site. There's a process, and it's being violated right now, in front of my eyes.
Every moment.
Trying not to sound like accusatory or anything, just as Mir says, what about respect for the dead?
Oh, I don't think that their souls mind. They signed up to serve this kingdom, and they shall do so.
And I don't think their souls are in those vessels.
Probably not, but
Is this not just the meat? And we spent many soldiers' lives. We've killed people in cold blood. This is just decomposition extended.
This is a decomposition.
it's more
I
than
like
that.
to use every part of the butchered animal. It's more humane, don't you think?
Well, not if you're calling them animals.
Anyway, you have about 2 hours to rest up before we continue on. We have quite a bit of ground to cover.
Did he come here on a horse?
He did not.
How's the weather? I think we've been traveling for most of the day, right?
The better part of it.
Yeah. Is the weather cleared at all? The rain? I know that the trees were kind of blocking it a little bit, but is it still stormy or is it calmed down a bit?
It's calmed down.
Okay. What are the undead doing? Are they just standing there, or is he making them move off, or what's he doing?
So they are about 30 feet around all of you, spaced out and just staring outward. They haven't turned around and looked at you.
I genuinely can't believe it.
So, he just told us that we have like 2 hours, right?
Mhm.
We only need one.
Yeah,
That's
2
because
hours to get
we
far.
weren't planning on stopping for long, but you're very keen on taking the reins of this entire trip. Giving us a time limit and all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not realize you were directly talking to me. I zone
Of
out
course I was.
sometimes. By all means, if you need more time to clean up.
Well, time to bury was not necessary, so it's just time to, I guess, rest a little bit.
Yes.
Catsmir's gonna sit down by the cart and just kind of rest.
Go sit by Astra. Lean over. Whisper. You want I kill him? Or send him away? Make him go?
I think we should start now and run.
Do you think he is dangerous?
Whatever he is not good for us. Did you see what he just did with the corpses? I know you did. That's us. That's us next. So, Kifley, I am barely holding it together with everything that's been going on. This would be too much. Having someone like this around, someone so disingenuous to the law of nature. I just can't even begin to fathom. These things are not, maybe stories that I never got to hear when I was a child. That's the closest that we have gotten to these kinds of experiences in my homeland. But here, it's commonplace. Here, it's a common everyday thing to just watch the dead rise and be risen from the dead. What? So Kifley, what?
Only if I'm working with very dark magic.
Who isn't doing that? There's so many people that are so easily swayed, and rightfully so. They have no natural course to follow. They must follow divinity. I'm just surrounded by an ideal that I cannot support.
I'm gonna walk over to you two. Are you alright? That was disturbing.
Thank you. I'm glad that I am not the only one.
We don't necessarily need to accept this person's help. We have no idea who they are.
I don't think we should.
Okay, we stand. Look over to the mage who's come to see us. Walk up. I just approach him. Walk up to him.
I'll follow you as
Hi.
support.
He's currently holding a chipmunk, scratching it on the top of its head.
Hi.
It's adorable.
My name is Zulkifli.
Oh,
This one, I point. This is my friend Astra. This is Nazmir. We have a long journey from here to Velri Ysun. 3 days. Yeah. And your friends, I point to the zombies, stink like shit and very smelly. So, no good. You have to send away. And if you cannot go without them, then we have to say goodbye. Sorry, my nose is very sensitive.
Casimir will get up and join the group.
And I need my nose so I can smell trouble. This one, they smell like trouble already. No good.
I see. Well, forgive my impoliteness. I should have considered such a thing. You're absolutely right. I will get rid of them. And he'll just flick his wrists and they'll crumble into dust. Almost as if from a completely burned out campfire.
Now, your master, Professor Lustina, she wants you to help us or watch us.
Help.
Okay. Can you help us? You can travel forward. For us, 3 days, very slow. But for you, maybe faster. You can check if there is trouble. You use your fire, your magic, blast, and then we see you in Velri Ysun, safe for us.
I'm sorry, but I must insist.
I must insist.
Wearing you into the leg. I think when one of the Archmages sends a babysitter for us, I don't think we have an option to deny. Despite our discomfort with the undead.
You
That's
don't
not
really
my
see it.
primary ability.
Oh no?
I'll leave it at that. That's a little bit
Okay.
of mystery and ambiguity. We can learn more about each other as we travel.
So Kifley narrows his eyes, and then he just turns back and goes back to Astra. We must watch him.
I gotta do
Maybe.
something.
Maybe he can tell us something useful.
Eh, the woman he works for does
Hmm.
not really give useful information, so.
No, not on purpose, but maybe by accident.
Maybe.
Maybe. But for now, no more dead men.
Thank you.
And I go and sit on a rock and I play my lute for the rest of the short rest.
What time is it, by the way?
It is late afternoon. You have time to travel. He's gonna set the chipmunk down on a rock. Off you go, friend.
Casper's going to go back to resting against the cart.
Is there anything? Go ahead.
During the short rest, I just want to casually observe him. Try to get a little better sense of his character.
Okay. Go ahead and make an insight check. While that's happening, is there anything that anyone else would like to do for the remainder of the short rest? And what'd you get for your insight?
14.
14. So as he's like walking around the camp, he kind of has this these brief moments where he like has to steady himself. He kind of like begins to sway as if off balance. But he's a hard person to read. You're getting more instability than anything else.
Okay. I guess
say, oh, go on.
just when I have opportunities, I would try to, share those kind of thoughts privately with some of the others, Astra and Zul, and I don't know.
He'll kneel down in the dirt and begin to like draw the rest of the short rest.
Okay. Zul's going to, while he's sitting on his rock, just in the time that he has left, he's going to play a song. It'll be just on his lute, reminiscent perhaps of the rolling waves that he's used to from his home. And he's going to play it with the lady in the lake in mind, knowing that she's there, hopefully listening. Just a parting gift.
Okay. And you may all mark your sheets for a short rest. Roll your hit die if you have to do that, if you so choose. And soon enough, it's time to travel. He'll kind of like stand up with quite a bit of speed, like just spring up. All right then. It's time to go.
Okay.
Right then.
And we're off. Set off with my horse.
Casimir will drive the cart again. Is he going to stay on foot, or will he get on the cart?
He's got his own horse, right?
No, he's walking.
Oh, he's walking. Oh.
Would you like to get on the cart?
Oh, well, thank you. He'll hop on the cart and sit right next to you. And when I say right next to you, I mean literally pushed up against you.
Yep, he's okay.
Just sit in the back so I can keep an eye on her.
Right in his bow.
And you'll turn, his what eye is what's staring at, like right at you. He's gonna be like, so a previous Magon finding his way out of Yundle Lake and then returning. What is that like?
It's enlightening to have a new perspective.
You know what they think of all the Magon amongst us Goulion?
Well, cannon fodder, mostly.
Oh, so you know.
I'm aware. I knew what my men were good for.
It's a shame you
respect.
left. I could see you being a general by now.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was insensitive. Kicked out, I mean.
Yes. Well, I mean, bad intelligence what it is. Whoever gave it to me knew exactly what I was capable of. Not good at making friends.
So So, you're all traveling back to Velri Ysun to meet with Arch Mage Amelia. And
So we have a punch card for frequent visits.
I see. I did hear about that reward system.
Get a free scroll for every 10th visit.
Oh. Interesting. And what is it that she's asking you to do?
Potentially a little favor. What everyone's asked us to do. Everyone wants a little piece of the Seekers.
Interesting.
Find something for them, die for them, give up an arm, lose your guns.
Well, to be honest with you, can I be honest with you, Casimir?
I would appreciate it. Yeah, in a sense.
These wars have me spread so thin. It's hard to get time for myself. I feel like this is like a mini vacation.
It's a vacation that you casually resurrected some dead soldiers just to show you could, huh? I mean, I love showing off my off spells just for fun.
Oh, you know how it is having to show force to get your point across.
Yes. Well, I certainly learned a lot about my party from that exchange. And he's not trying to be quiet. Like, none of this is a quiet conversation.
Well, I must say, it's interesting to have a conversation that's not in tongues for once. It's been a second.
I tried to be a simple man.
You don't use your tongues?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You use your tongue for every conversation.
Only at night.
You use your tongue with each other at night? Oh, okay.
Do you want to find out?
Sorry, I'm married.
Oh my.
Anyway, it's quite interesting to me, the dynamic that you all share between each other. And why Archmage Lestina has asked me to look after you. Who knows?
He didn't send a letter, maybe a extra request.
Oh, you know how it is. Once they start asking questions, once they start to give out orders, you just can't exactly ask for an explanation. You know how these high-profile bosses are.
No, I mean, when was the last time an Archmage killed another?
It's been some time, to my knowledge.
I see. We never see the assassins coming.
They are all very important to the Emperor.
While this is all going on, could I insight him just to see if he's pretending to not know as much as he knows?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for insight.
You guys got the record of most incited character in a 10-minute span.
21.
He is being playful on purpose.
So that would imply he does know a little bit more than he's letting on.
He there seems to be things like he's kind of hiding behind.
Okay.
What was the last time you saw one of the secret keepers?
It's been some time.
Problem with them is you never know when you're talking to one. Usually by the time you find out, you're already dead.
Well, stop the wagon.
Stops the wagon.
Mhm.
He's gonna
Everything
jump
fine?
off, almost like a child would. He's gonna kind of like jump off with his arms out and like kind of gracefully land. His boots kind of sinking a little bit into the mud. Stay there for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna start walking ahead of all of you.
I sniff the air.
Gonna make a perception check.
Okay. 14.
14. So you do not smell anything, but he's gonna walk a good 40 feet ahead of you. And he's gonna turn around and put his finger up to his lips. He'll take his wand out. And very quickly, he starts to draw in the air. And it's almost like a sparkler on camera, how it kind of leaves stuff hanging in the air. But this time it just hangs there, these red runes, as he quickly writes them around him. And he watches this black fire begins to coalesce in this ring around him and bursts outward in a 30-foot radius, revealing 4 invisible figures. They are clad in brown and black leather armor, hoods up, mask covering their face, bows slung across the back, curved blades in their hands, as 3 of them are, I'm sorry, not 3 of them, 2 of them are immediately downed. Oh, it looks like we have a party on our hands. One of them will quickly grab his bow from his back and let loose an arrow and fire towards them. And you watch as Tristan, just on one leg, completely goes backwards, balancing himself, and he's now parallel with the ground. And the arrow flies past his nose and sinks into the tree. Don't worry, there's no need to get involved. I got this. He spread his arms out. He writes himself out and spreads his arms out wide. You watch as he turns into this gray and black fog, and he passes through one of these wood elves that are currently attacking him. And you watch, and just for a moment, he just passes through him, and these boils begin to spread on this wood elf's skin, and he screams out as he starts to tear at his skin and starts to burn from either this disease or this acid that he was just hit with, and he falls to the ground, twitching as he takes his last breath. The 4th wood elf goes at Tristan Faltress, with his make. He slashes him at the side, and this black arrow kind of comes out of his side. He's, "Ouch! This was a new coat." And he'll reach out with his hand and begin to, like he's grabbing something, and squeeze. The wood elf is going to clutch his chest. Stop. He's going to continue to squeeze. Who sent you? Don't die on me yet. Do not die on me yet. Who sent you? There's going to be this like wet bursting sound, almost like a water balloon, and the wood elf will cough up blood and then fall over. Oh. That was a disappointment.
I think you squeezed too hard.
I don't think that they were expecting me. All of you.
Why did you kill them?
He's gonna kick one of the bodies over with his boot, revealing the front of his body. You, what elf? Talking to Cormac. Do you recognize these?
Cormac's just kind of like trembling with anger. It's like just staring at the dead bodies, not even responding to him.
It looks like they're either scouts or assassins sent by Dolinglad into our lands.
And were they here for you or for us?
That is a question.
Do they have any strange armbands, anything like that?
Make an
Emblems.
investigation check.
Okay.
No, spinal assist.
Okay, that will help. So that makes it a 17.
17. So, with 17, they seem to have an armband that has a collection of snakes, like an insignia that's made of snakes. Make a history check.
Sure. He's also going to take them.
Okay.
Well, history, that's a 9.
9. They seem to be, you know, they're a part of the Dolinglad forces, but you don't know what. They each have 2 scimitars that they're dual wielding. All of them dual wield scimitars. Not scimitars, scythes. Sorry.
Scythes.
Sickles. Yeah.
Sickle.
And they all have a full quiver except for the one, and they all have short bows.
Well, can't let all this go to waste.
But my
Starts.
assumption would be that they did not know that I was here, and they seem to be targeting you.
Assuming they're targeting Cormac, that seems to be the way of things. I'm not making fun of you, you just keep getting shot and stabbed and...
Well, you were the one that got shot and stabbed this last fight.
Yeah, well, it's, that happens when you're fighting the elements.
How
Casimir's...
did you know that they were there?
He's gonna
He did
tap
the
on his white eye.
thing.
Oh. You have some form of... What do they call that? Is it...
Detection.
Some form of true sight? Is that the term I read?
Astute for a mage that wields a sword.
Well, I'm not as well studied as I should be in the ways of the wizard, but I did study at least a little bit of what my mother taught me.
Well, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you. He's got like an armful of weapons that he's putting into the cart.
Sorry, I'm practicing for when we go to the Fae to not say thank you.
Yeah.
All those sickles are made of silver, by the way.
Silver sickles.
Ooh.
You should probably keep some of these, but they might be good for sale. And anyone who needs to top up their arrows, I mean...
I'll pick up a short bow, a silver scimitar, and some arrows, if you don't mind.
Sickle,
Yeah.
but yes.
They're
Just pickles. Okay.
they're just being loaded
Sorry, I
into the cart.
misspoke twice. They're sickles. They're hand sickles.
Hand sickles.
How many? So there's like 4?
There's 8 silvered sickles total. There are 4 short bows and there are 4 quivers. One is not full. It's missing 1 arrow, which is all the poor guy got to fire before he got covered in that.
Okay.
Cormac is also gonna want to search, like maybe to like see if he can find anything, seeing if there's some kind of identification on them besides the armband. Maybe.
You can make a history
If
check
they
with
have
advantage
orders or
because it's your home country.
All right.
I can see what I can do to clean up the rest of these sickles.
They are a member of assassins from the Everdale Forest.
Just to clarify, are the arrows silver as well?
No.
Okay, just that. Okay, just
Just the
sickles.
sickles, yep.
Got it. Thank you.
What?
As well as my friends all search these dead bodies, I would like to go to Aspen and request not only the horn thing of water that we were gifted, but I would also like to request any ritualistic mushrooms that you might have on hand. And then she was gonna make a tea while everyone's doing this because she's not participating. So she's gonna make some tea with
Okay.
produce flame cantrip, obviously.
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I appear to be bleeding. He's gonna kind of show his hand. It's just gonna be like black.
Yeah.
Can any of you mend coats?
Mending.
Do any of you have mending?
Unfortunately, not. I've
Do we
got
have
my
a-
eye on that ability. But
A healer's kit.
Do you think I'm
Wait.
using my healer's kit on his coat?
I'm thinking.
It's fine. I can get it fixed.
You can just raise it from the dead.
It's a coat. It's already dead.
Actually, I wonder. It is made of leather, so if technically,
Animated leather coat. I
Turn
mean,
back into a cow.
is it a
Well, it's
mimic?
open.
Could you like convince a mimic to be a coat?
wow.
what about gelatin?
Oh, that just melts
Oh.
things. Are any of these uniforms like solid enough, together enough that they could be like taken?
You can make one uniform from all the combined pieces. So they all got burned with hellfire.
Yeah.
One of them
Dark.
got covered in some sort of boils, like it's almost as if like a disease suddenly manifested in its most extreme form on his body, like a pox of some sort.
Pox on their family.
For a blight.
And then the other one had a heart attack of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So you can manage to like put together one uniform total from the bits and scraps of all four.
Yeah, he'll kind of bundle up one uniform, the armbands, and pass them to somebody with the bag of holding.
That's
And
me.
there's one feeling that I think that all of you should have when it comes to Trislan Faltrest.
Mm.
This man is terrifying.
Mm-hmm. We're like half his level.
He's
Maybe.
unsettling.
Yeah, I'll let you. It was the 3 armbands and a full one of the assassin's uniforms that he passed you, Zol.
Okay.
As I summon a bonfire to the side, I say, could we put them to rest? No sense leaving bodies here.
You need help?
Just help me
Okay.
pile them on.
I do so.
Likely, it's a better, way for your body to end up than disintegration.
Well, I mean, most put them in the ground so that they can feed and provide life to the forest.
That's why I cremated the bodies a couple hours ago.
Well, Shall we continue?
Is he still bleeding?
Yeah.
I
It's like-
rip up a piece of cloth and offer it to him as a tourniquet. Go. Check the wound as well.
Make a medicine check.
Okay. 9.
You kind of tie it around him. Looks good. Ties it.
Mhm.
A bit too tight.
I check the wound. I get a sense of his scent,
Okay.
if I may.
Is he sitting next to Casimir still?
Nope. Not yet.
Okay.
You guys haven't resumed your journey.
Cool. I don't want to labor too much on the point. Does he smell weird?
He smells as if somebody took like wildflowers and honey and mashed it with sulfur.
Ugh. Ugh. So he smells like a sweet fart.
Basically. But the sulfur is very faint. Like you have to really focus in on it to
Okay. Got it. Honey, sulfur.
and sandalwood.
Yeah, and something about that just rings familiar for Zool, and he's going to fix him with about a 3-second stare, and he's going to get back up to his horse. Okay.
Let's be on our way, I suppose. You're good to ride?
Of course. Just only a flesh wound.
Hmm. The blood is black, right?
It is. It's ichor.
Hmm.
Jump.
Yeah.
You all have about 3 more hours of travel time before it gets dark.
Mm-hmm.
When we start on our journey again, the tea should be kicking in. Whenever it does, Ash is just going to rest her head on her horse's neck. And I don't know what role I'll need to make, but there's a lot of trust put into the horse right now to keep balance.
Animal handling.
Thank you. And she's going to take a little nap. But while she's falling asleep, she's going to really focus in her mind and she's going to do her very best to call out to Iridia in any way, shape, and form that she can mentally. She's just focusing in on the image of her and like her energy as she falls asleep.
Okay.
Animal handling. 14.
Okay. It's a
We'll
little
see.
bumpy. It's like when you're trying to you're a passenger in a car and you're trying to fall asleep, but your head keeps sliding off the headrest.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep putting yourself back up. But for the most part, it's fine. But Iridia does not show.
That's okay. That's okay. It's gonna be good nap though. Trust.
Okay, so 3 hours of travel time. Is there anything that anybody would like to do during this time?
If there's any of those sickles or arrows that people are not claiming, I was going to try to clean them up, maybe sharpen them a little, so we could sell them along with our other merchandise if we don't
Okay.
intend to keep them.
Yeah, they'll be in the back of the cart, and that's where Casimir's been, so. Casimir will look at him and go in Infernal. Not normal blood. Are you even alive anymore?
We'll apply it back in Infernal. Of course I'm alive.
I suppose technically can be a definition. What is life? Is it thinking, breathing, warmth?
have no time to get philosophical. Look alive. You're driving the cart.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with that lately. And he switches back to common. Well, let's focus on the road. What does infernal sound like? It can't have been a pleasant conversation for anyone.
No, it's a very guttural language.
Yeah, just like hissing and
Like if Gollum tried to speak German.
Sounds about right. Oh my.
Are you all right?
Sorry, never get to speak.
Choking.
Never get to speak the mother tongue.
Oh, that was a language. I thought you were choking.
No, that's. Oh, jeez. Does no one read their infernal dictionary anymore?
I think that was probably banned from the school I went to.
Well, that's their loss. You can never know what horrible thing somebody's doing to you if you don't know the infernal curse they're casting.
Perhaps you don't need to know what it is exactly. But still know that it's probably not good.
So just if you want to like waste a high-level counter spell on a low-level spell, that's up to you. If you don't know the incantation.
I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but I suppose you make a good point there. Still, it's a bit creepy.
I mean, I can't help it. I don't even remember where I learned it.
Anyway, perhaps we should be setting up camp soon.
Look to the sky. I guess it's dusk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'll look for a good safe spot. Somewhere out of the way of the road, but not too deep into the forest. Somewhere that can provide us some shelter.
Yeah. Easy enough, because you have camped in this area before. In fact, there is a clearing that you're aware of.
Okay.
The same clearing that you camped in on your way here, where you were attacked by the hag.
Oh.
Oh,
Is there still marks of the previous combat?
Yeah, there was definitely tracks in your old travel. And other people seem to have traveled through this way as well.
Are there any burnt
Excuse-
tents?
Am I blown away by now?
There are scorch marks.
Excuse me, do you by any chance know any methods to help some sort of protection, charm, magic? We seem to find ourselves accosted during the night somewhat regularly.
The ones I'm
Particularly-
aware of are normally able to be cast by holy people. I don't mean those I have stabbed multiple times.
Right.
For self-defense.
They're holier than thou.
Normally, I appreciate your jokes, but that was something. Okay, so let's set up camp.
Yeah.
Two of you are missing tents.
Well, we don't need as many tents and just have to double bunk a couple people.
I could sleep under the cart.
I mean, or the people who are taking watch could,
The way he just
Could
said it so
switch into-
casually.
Speaking of watch, Astra will take first because she had a little nap, so she's alert.
Aspen could take that first watch with her.
I'll take third.
I'll do third too.
Second.
second. Let's do it.
And
Cormac, you've been
none
very
for
quiet
Cormac.
lately. You need some rest. You're still mourning your gun.
Yeah.
So you can stay up with some of us if you want. Stay up all night.
I'm fine with sleeping under the stars. Wouldn't be my first time, wouldn't be the last.
Uno momento. Por
Okay.
favor.
Yeah.
There we go.
Zol will, I think, Zol will set up a tent and he's gonna disappear into the woods for about half an hour. Come back with some rabbit, some berries, and cook up a little meal for everybody. We're just gonna gnaw on some fresh carcass after it's been cooked.
Couldn't find any wild bacon.
No. For that, you need to find wild pig.
Those are a little scary.
Yeah.
Tasty though.
Trislan will take the food with thanks.
Very dangerous. In my home, the Babi Hutan is. You don't want that trouble. That is why they believe the tiger is a protector because he hunts the Babi Hutan.
Interesting. And tell me more about this homeland of yours.
Oh, it is southwest. Pulau Kadara. You know the place?
I do not.
No? Over the sea, maidens. Near the Caliban Empire.
I see. I see. Interesting.
You do not know? Your people also are there.
My focus has been the plains. That is where I have spent all of my time since becoming a member of the Black Order.
Maybe you can read more or find out more about the work, huh?
Perhaps. Anyway, I am spent.
Yes.
And he is going to step into a shady area and he will disappear.
I'll look around at the rest of my group and say, he is spent, but are we buying?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Wop. Wah, wah.
Esme, you're rubbing off on him. Good.
Brother, this guy stinks.
No, that was great.
Okay.
I mean, it's the fact that we all just made those sound effects after you did that joke. We were really tired.
Yeah, very strange thing to do. Okay.
Once we're done being adventurers, we can be a comic troupe.
No.
Yes.
For fuck's sake.
Cormac, you must tell one joke. One joke, and then we can sleep.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's had a few good ones.
Okay. Wait, okay, DM, this is a question for you.
Mhm.
I know this is, in order for this joke to land, I have to know, do wheelchairs exist in this world?
Of course they do.
Okay, cool, then this joke is going to be
Oh,
perfect.
good.
Cormac's
Wow, that's quite the prefacing of this joke. Let's see what a
He's-
joke that
he's gonna-
requires a wheelchair is
This
going
is
to be
gonna
like.
hurt someone's feelings.
No, it's a great joke.
Ready.
Cormac's just gonna sigh reluctantly, look up and be like, "You're really not letting me off the hook with this one, are you?" All right. There was
I don't
one-
get the joke. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
So
Have some popcorn.
there's a man sitting in a tavern. He's having himself a drink. And the barkeep comes up and goes, "All right, everyone, it's last call. everyone finish your drinks and get out. So the man finishes his drink. He steadies himself up on the bar, and wham! Falls flat on his face right onto the bar floor. The barkeep looks over the bar and goes, "Oh, you all right there? You need a hand to the door there?" And he goes, "No, I'll be fine. As long as I make it to the door, I'll be fine." So he crawls his way over to the door. He steadies himself up on a nearby table, and wham! Falls flat on his face again, reaching for the door.
Oh.
Some of the other patrons of the bar notice this, and they also offer him the same hand as the barkeep, saying, "Oh, do you need a hand to the door there?" He goes, "No, I'll be fine. As long as I make it outside, I'll be fine." He steadies himself on a table, gets the door open, and wham! Falls flat on his face, out into the street. He shakes it off and goes, "Oh, just need to make it home. If I make it home, I'll be fine." So he starts crawling his way down the street, not being able to pick himself up. He finally makes it to his home. He gets the front door open. He gets into his living room. He steadies himself up on a nearby chair, and wham! Falls flat on his face again. He just shakes off and, I need to get to bed. If I can make it to bed, I'll be fine. So he crawls his way into the bedroom. He picks himself up on the bed, steadies himself, and wham! Falls flat on his face onto his bed, and he passes out. The next morning, he's awoken by a sharp kick in the rib, and cries out in pain. He looks up and he sees his wife standing above him, giving him just the meanest old scowl. And she looks at him and goes, "Well, you were at the tavern all night again, weren't you?" He goes, "Well, I did stop by for a pint or two, but how did you know I was there all night?" She goes, "'Cause you left your fucking wheelchair again."
He forgot he couldn't walk. That's funny.
Thank
Oh,
you,
man.
thank you, Nazmir, for pointing that out.
I love that. That was great.
The joke is because you drink, then your life ruined already. Very sad.
Sheesh.
What's a wheelchair?
It's a chair with wheels. It's like
chair
a
with
cart for one person.
Helps you move if you can't use your legs.
Yeah, so if you lose your legs, we get a chair and we put wheels on it.
Cormac,
Okay.
Similarly to our slings, Aspen.
Oh,
good job. Okay, you tomorrow you tell another. Okay, good night.
All right.
Is there any
first
laugh from the
watch.
Jado?
There was not.
Aw.
For first watch, Astra's just going to be using her little tablet and holding up to the sky and charting what she sees. Very focused. Not paying attention to anything around her other than up.
Aspen will be keeping, close attention to everything around him as everybody falls asleep. As he hasn't really tried, figuring out the whole steadying his book situation since he lost his arm. He's just gonna keep his attention focused outward.
Aspen,
Yes.
which of the celestial bodies do you believe is the most powerful?
Oh wow, it's been quite some time since I've brushed up on the celestial bodies. I would say
Working in tandem, they're powerful. But separate? Can they compete with the force of a solar energy?
a really hard question, Astra.
These are questions that we must ask and answer.
And well, I believe each one of them has their own purpose, and you can't really mount one's power against each other.
I fear that we're going to have to employ divinity more directly. And I don't know who to ask for help, but there must be a divine being dedicated to one of these bodies that could help us. We know already about the moon goddesses, but I feel there's one that might be more smiteful. I don't know.
Well, whenever we make it to the realm that we are headed to, I'm sure we'll have a what divine entity to talk to who can help us with our situation.
Yes.
It's been a push forward ever since we got here. I'm sure we're headed in the right direction. Or at least I hope.
I hope so.
You have seemed a little bit more on edge recently. I can't say I blame you, though.
What do you mean?
A lot quicker to lean into the extreme. It's not like how I remember you.
I don't enjoy being here. Aspen. I will never lose my connection to nature. I'm part of nature. But more time I spend here, the more I feel that it's possible. I struggle here to find the connection that I need. Calling out to our family, to our ancestors, is near impossible. That's how it feels. As I said earlier, there's a stronger inclination for the divine than the natural. And the natural is it's withering away because of that.
While we've been here, I've kind of developed an insight into this, I feel. Back home, we weren't shown many, horrible things. We didn't have to experience that. We lived in a place where our life was only taking care of the nature around us and never got severe. When that disease was brought on to our home, it was the beginning of us learning about the hardships that everywhere else faces. I think the only reason why there's so much connection to divine and everybody asks for God's help is because they genuinely need it over here.
I do not want that for our home.
And as far as it looks, it's our only choice we have at the moment.
I'm willing to do anything to stop that from happening. But I don't know how.
Astra, if employing the help of a god or something means fixing what I started, I'm going to do it. I understand it may be uncomfortable, but I don't want to hinder our chances at all. I've done a lot of things I did not want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. But you have sacrificed. I don't think you deserve to hold yourself forever at fault. It's important to strive towards a resolution, but you should not be your own villain.
I think I'll have a little bit more time to think on that once everything is solved.
We'll find a solution. Yeah.
How does everything look around us right now? Like, does it seem all calm and safe?
Make a perception check.
All right.
Uh-oh.
18.
18. As you're having this conversation with Astra, you look ahead, and crouching low in the brush ahead is this pair of reflective yellow eyes.
How far ahead?
About 20 feet.
All right. So, is it looking at Aspen?
It seems to be watching the two of you.
All right. He's just gonna Aspen, as that conversation kind of comes to a close, he's gonna look over at it and look back at Astra. She's just gonna be like, "1 moment," and then he's gonna disappear,
What?
and he's going to move behind wherever this thing is and reappear.
Make a stealth check.
All right. With advantage, I assume, because
Yep.
I'm invisible. Okay. It's 21.
Okay. You peer behind it.
Do I get a better look at what it is?
What you see before you is a fox. White in color. Kind of crouching low and watching.
Are you hungry?
It's going to jump, curl into a ball, and roll onto its back and start yelping.
My goodness. Aspen's gonna try to calm it down.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay. Could I try to persuade it to calm down? Like, please.
If you want to use speak with animals, sure.
I mean, if I try to persuade it as a fearful guy, I have advantage
Sure.
because it can understand me. All right. Let me roll this. That is a 12.
12.
Yeah.
It's not yelping, but it's not coming towards you.
And what type of fox is it again? Like a
It seems to be an albino, like common
like red
fox.
fox?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like some food? Does it seem to respond positively to that at all?
Well, its ears are like currently both back. But upon hearing that, one will just go,
I can give you food. Aspen is gonna go by the fire where Zulkifli cooked up the carcasses he caught and see if there's any scraps or anything left over.
"Here's scraps."
Alright.
So as you come out from the bushes, you walk over to the fire. Astra, you watch as crouched incredibly low to ground, almost like it's crawling. This fox is like following behind Aspen, kind of keeping its like stomach is dragging across the ground.
So Aspen's gonna grab some scraps, and instead of just handing them over, he's going to sit down cross-legged on the ground and kind of hold them in his palms. Hold the scraps in his palms for the fox to go and get.
Now I'll make an animal handling check.
All right. Knocked. Oop. Okay, that is a. It's a 13.
13. I'll come over, like very cautiously, kind of sniff, and then quickly snatch something out of your hand and move 10 feet away. Start munching on it.
All right.
Astra is just standing off watching this happen, very encouragingly, but not interfering.
Could I tell, like how old it might be? If it
Make an
looks
nature
like.
check.
All right. Let's roll this through. Ooh, that's a nat 1.
That was a natural 1. It could be anywhere between 1 and 100.
All right. Eston's not getting gathering the information he would like to, so he is going to expend a first level spell slot to cast Speak with Animals. He's just gonna, cast it,
Okay.
wave his hands across his mouth. He's gonna be like, "Are you alone?"
It's gonna like kind of jump up onto its 4 legs and then do a 180 and look at you. No.
Do you have children?
No.
Or were you just hungry?
No.
What else do you need?
He wants to speak to you.
Who is he?
And that is where we're going to take our mid-session break.
God damn it.
Ooh.
So everyone, we will be back here momentarily as we're going to take our mid-session break. Stuff. It's going to be about 15-20 minutes. And if you are just now tuning in,
you can check out, if you'd like to see more of our scintillating mysteries and occasionally some solutions and answers. We've been doing this for a while, 3 years now.
3 years. Wow.
You can find all of our past stuff, most of it, all tidied away, tucked up in lovely sequence. Campaign 1, this is now Campaign 2. You can catch up on all the adventures on our YouTube channel, Prestige Encounters, over on YouTube. You can also catch up with all of us over on the podcast network, because this is also a podcast. Hello, podcast listeners, we love you.
Hello.
And if you are tuning into us on any of those pre-recorded mediums, come check us out live. It's more exciting over here. And if you'd ever like to see us in person or chat with us, we're always looking for more people for our Discord server.
Thank you so much, Noah. So everybody, we will be back momentarily. And some of you may be wondering, what does the fox say? We'll find out in the next 15-20 minutes.
What the fox?
What the fuck?
And welcome back, everyone. So where we left
Waiting
off.
for it.
Aspen, you were just told by this albino red fox that he wants to see you during your and Astra's watch.
Who is he?
He only wants to see you and your sister.
All right. How far will we be going?
A fox brain cannot understand.
Let me just see something in my features really quick.
These raspberries are so good.
Looking at a spell I have. All right. Aspen will signal to Astra and to say to Astra, should we let somebody know?
Probably.
We go now.
Aspen will just generally like in the direction of that shadow that our tiefling associate descended into.
Tristan?
Yeah. We will be back. I don't know if he's awake or not.
Me neither.
All right. Aspen will follow the fox.
Likewise.
It's gonna grab a little, like its last bone that it can and just like trot into the woods.
Do you want to go fox mode?
Should we go turn into foxes as well?
Maybe we should go fox mode.
He asked that to the fox.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I feel like we should be fine.
I guess.
Yeah. We should conserve our energy.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I knew that's what you meant. Of course.
So you walk for about 15-20 minutes and you get to this rocky wall at the base of basically a cliff. There are all these like vines and fauna, and I'm sorry, not fauna, flora that's like grown over, and the fox kind of like pushes a little bit to the side, and it's actually a cave opening.
All right.
Let's go in.
Yes.
Is there any lighting in the cave?
There's not.
Or should I produce flame? I will do that then. So we can see a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
So you walk for about another 5 minutes, and eventually it turns out to be a tunnel, which opens up to this grotto that is surrounded by rock wall. In the center is this tree that seems to be very old, but not quite large. It is a willow tree with the vines hanging down over this reflective pond. And as you kind of approach, you begin to hear the sound of like a violin playing.
Hello?
A violin, yeah. That's weird. Who's out there?
I'd like to try to approach the tree. Is there a way to get to it? Or
There
is
are
it
stepping stones.
like cool? I'm gonna try to use those stepping stones to get to it.
So
and
you step
looking
fall
around,
behind.
like where is this violin coming from?
So you step on the first stone, and then the second, and once you get to the one in the middle, the third. Now, I warn you to not be hasty. Stepping out from behind the tree is a fey looking man with white hair that's kind of up and almost like a pompadour style, with this astral cloak draped over his shoulders, kind of hanging down. In his right hand, he carries a baton.
Okay. I shall be slow.
The music stops.
Off of reflex, Aspen just stops there and just like black fungal veins start growing across his face.
Was
What?
that you playing the violin? Astra's gonna ask as she kind of steps forward again. She's gonna...
It was.
It was quite nice. Very nice tune. You know, my friend, he's also a player of an instrument. You would have much in common.
Do you not remember him, Astra?
Hmm?
I don't remember him.
Why?
This is who I'm thinking it is, right?
It is.
He's the one that turned that poor man into a puppet. The one who wanted your eyes.
I'd like to backtrack on these stepping stones. I'd like to take a step very slowly backwards. Maybe. I want to keep my eyes. I want to keep them.
I would think that you would not remember me. I guess I got nervous as I was waiting for. He's gonna like kind of look at the fox. So, shall we talk?
Whatever you
Yeah.
wish to speak about, you should make it compelling.
Okay. How goes your search to help your people?
Frivolous?
Thought so. How does it feel to be the pawns in somebody's game?
Is that a real question?
I would assume the answer, but I guess the point I'm getting to is that you don't like it. Nobody being straightforward with you, no one being exactly helpful. You are presented with potential allies that you cannot fully trust. And make no mistake, I'm not here because you can trust me. I don't want you to think that you need to trust me, but our people are akin to deals.
What kind of deal?
I have a way to help your people.
Oh,
You are looking for a cure.
we were told that we needed a celestial blessing, a holy blessing to spread amongst our people with running water.
Extremely potent blessed water.
Could you bless water like that?
I know where to get some.
Would we be fetching it?
Oh no. Complete the task and I'll be sure to pluck the right strings, one would say.
Ask for you, why don't we get some more innocent people so that you could turn them into lifeless husks of what they used to be?
I mean, he was a great conversationalist. You could tell him all your secrets and he would forget 10 minutes later. It's very useful to get things out in the open.
Astra is still balancing on these stepping stones in the middle of the water. So she's gonna take a couple steps forward and try to step onto the island. What
Okay.
task are you needing done?
You're on your way to see a rather important Archmage, correct?
Yeah.
Do one thing for me, and I will save your people.
I don't trust you.
We are bound by our deals, boy. This is something I cannot go back on. I want you to
What do
kill
you
the
think?
Archmage.
I don't know
Why?
how keen I am on doing dirty work for you when my first instinct was to rot your eyes out of your skull when I walked in here.
He's gonna kind of flick his baton. I don't think this is the time to be making threats. And in the
It's
pool
the
of water,
truth.
an image is gonna shimmer, almost like scrying. And in this image, you see a campfire. And you see that there are 5 bodies on the ground sleeping. But standing over each of those figures is a creature holding a blade.
So what? If we disagree, if we don't take your offer, you sick your dogs on my friends.
No, if you try to attack me, I kill your friends. Unless what you really want is me to do that as part of my end of the bargain. You can make your
No.
choice.
No. I just
have no intention of harming you or your friends. You simply stumbled upon something that did not involve you when we first met, and I apologize for that dearly.
you want this Archmage dead, but how do you expect us to slay them?
He's going to, with his left hand, reach into his kind of this clothing that he's wearing. I don't have an exact description for it right now. He's gonna pull out a vial that's kind of like glowing silver and shake it, and it shows like this liquid shaking around. You like making tea, don't you?
Of course.
There is a catch.
Mm.
8.
8.
That is how many I could save. 8.
8 of our family.
Oh.
My intention was to save my entire village.
And you can still do that. But right now, your brothers, your sisters, your mother and father, aunts, uncles, 8 you can choose. And you can get them out of that tortured existence. Right now, imagine being turned to stone, being aware of time changing around you, you yourself not aging, screaming for release from that hell. All it takes is a simple slip of the wrist into some wonderfully brewed herbal tea. And then together, the 10 of you can work to save your whole village.
Your word holds no sway on my mind, knowing what you do
It
to
is the
people.
law of my kind.
I understand that.
Is that a no?
You could have had it. But I won't do that for half price. I'm going to figure out how to save my family. My whole family. And if you're not going to help with that, then I will not help you.
There will come a time in which every odd seems to be against you. And when the very real possibility of your ultimate failure falls at your feet, you will remember that you had the chance to save at least a few. As you look at Aspen, from his error.
And aid your interest.
Hmm.
Which I know is already something I don't want to do.
That is something that you're doing for many other people. He's gonna take out another object, a looking glass, a mirror, and he's going to toss it to Astra.
Give me that. Let me take a peek.
If
What
you
do I-
change your mind before the solstice, let me know.
Not likely. Monster. Thank you.
There'll be a swift flurry of notes as the image in the water disappears and a swarm of silver and black butterflies burst and fly up towards the moon. The fox is still there.
I would like to sit with this tree and process a little bit. A lot going on lately. It's a lot. So we're gonna sit with the tree, vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And not go back to camp. Like, I'm not leaving. This is my sleep spot.
Okay. Aspen, what are you doing?
I have to go back and wake the others up, Astra.
She's not even looking at you. She's just kind of focused. She's zoned out.
Alright.
The fox is
That's
gonna walk up to you and kind of nudge your leg with its nose. And walk over to Astra's lap and curl and lay down.
alright. Aspen just gonna look at Astra and just please stay safe. I have to go back at least to wake them up.
I'll be okay. I just can't
Alright.
be there.
Aspen's gonna start walking out of the cave and towards the camp. And I guess hold on, Michael, I want to DM you something.
Sure.
All right.
Slide into the DMs.
Oh my.
You just DM the DM.
Wow. Sorry, stop petting you. Jesus.
I regularly go around recruiting for the server, asking people to slide into my DM.
Oh. Wah, 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 wah.
Are you DMing me on Discord or on Roll20?
Discord.
Okay. I'll keep note of that. Who was second watch by chance? You two will wake up before Aspen gets back.
Okay. Where are they?
I feel like we slept in. Wait. Did they? Oh god. Okay, let's go looking. We need to. Where did they go?
You stay here.
Do you smell a hag?
Mm.
Make a
Can I-
perception
can I-
check.
Smell for their scent. Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Shortly after Aspen leaves Astra, you hear the sound of creaking wood, like cracking wood, and then the crash of leaves and branches together.
They're moving. Aspen. Sounds like Aspen.
Does it sound like Aspen?
18? No,
Mhm.
there's no smell of a hag.
But I don't smell old person.
Okay. Yeah.
Not
Casimir.
young fella.
Casimir flaps his wings and he flies up above the tree cover just to kind of take a look around.
Sure, gotta make a perception check.
Sure. This will go well. It's 12.
12. So this is a very old forest and a very dense canopy, and you only can fly up about 60 feet before you lose your dark vision on the surface, so
Yeah.
it's not really helping you.
It's still a forest. I don't see anything but trees. He kind of flies
How long
back
will it
down.
take for Aspen to make it back?
About this time, I'll say that you break the tree line and you.
Swords in hand. 2 swords.
Yeah, Aspen kind of sees you all already awake. You just see him like completely like in his symbiotic entity form. He looks really tense, and his eyes are like wide open. Like, oh, you're already awake.
Yes, second watch. Where's Astra? Did she? You don't.
She found a place to sleep that she deems more comfortable.
Then the camp with the fire.
Yes.
It's the core concept of watches is that we watch each other.
I understand that.
Just we could have been I mean, you could have been killed while we were asleep. We could have been killed while you were away. I mean, where is she? Are you sure she's safe?
Yes.
You want to go back to her, sleep near her, and keep watch?
I could.
Okay. Well, maybe you and I check.
You can stay here.
Well, let's wake Cormac and he can watch over them for a little bit to make sure they're safe. If you're going to separate, at least we need somebody awake. Nudges Cormac. Hey. We split the party. We need somebody to watch them too.
All right, I guess.
Sorry.
No, he's not.
He didn't hit you with the pointy part of his boot, just the soft bit. So it's still pretty firm.
Okay.
All right. Is there something we should be concerned about, or you're just choosing to sleep away from us? Do I smell bad? Is that the problem?
No,
There's nothing to be concerned about.
When people tell me that, I don't believe them. So we'll talk about this later.
As Casimir, Astra, she knows what she is doing.
She's a child. I don't know.
No, not child. Young, but not a child.
I guess perception-wise, you're all mostly very young. Just go before I regret this.
If I'm to take watch, I'll be needing some of them arrows then. Running a bit low myself.
Take a whole quiver, and maybe one of those silvered sickles.
Aye.
I don't know what they're good for.
Silver. Maybe for killing Orangerian.
Yeah.
People who turn into animals.
So, you. They brought weapons to kill you.
Maybe.
Have fun, Cormac.
Espen just kind of starts walking back generally towards the area where the place was, but he doesn't get too close to it.
Okay.
He just tells Cormac, Astra's around here. We can wait here. I'll sleep next to this tree.
Alright. I'll be right over here if you need me.
While Astra is sulking, can she cast Speak with Plants on this tree? And just chat with it. Oh, how long you been here? What's your favorite thing to see? What should I do about the impending doom and the collapse of my entire lineage?
So the first question was...
How long you been here?
I have been here 289 winters.
Incredible. Okay. And throughout this 200 and so winters, how many, or what would be your favorite thing that you've experienced? What's your favorite memory, per se?
The buzzing of the bees.
That's a good one. And the last question, how do I handle and deal with the feeling of impending doom as my lineage collapses around me?
I do not know that concept.
Me neither.
The fox is still in your lap.
Yeah, and then Astra's just sulking and petting the fox and going on this little rant with the tree. She's having a good time right now.
Okay.
Best she can.
Over to Casimir and Zulkifli.
Why are we so bad at this?
At what?
I'm sorry. I've almost my entire life, I'm a soldier, and if the night guard did something like this, the lightest I would do would be having them on latrine duty for a month, abandoning their watch. I can focus on things like that because they make sense.
Your night guard, your Megon, they are fighting all the time. Yeah?
That's with the martial troops. They make up really the bulk of the army. The less gifted of the soldiers, but we need simple troops. You need
And
those
you're
who will...
fighting for a long, long time.
Decades.
After, what happens to your brain, your mind?
Some men have nightmares.
Become
So-
trouble?
Well, I think it's living through the horrors of the things you've done, watching your brothers die. I mean, not everyone's meant for this kind of thing over
No,
years.
no, not everyone. Only some people is meant for this, yeah? Other
Yeah.
people, maybe it's more difficult. My friend, Astra, she is peaceful person. Not meant for fighting all the time. Sometimes she needs quiet place to go.
I don't know if that's about a quiet place. I think she's in a dark place.
She is trouble. Yeah.
Well, I mean, everything we've been tasked with is people leading us where they want us to go, telling us half of everything we need to know, sending people potentially to watch us who could likely destroy our entire party. We're pawns. Sometimes forcefully, sometimes willingly, but we're just pawns. Just like the Magon.
Maybe less pawns, huh? For now. We are people who are trying to fix something, but we always have a choice.
It's
I think.
I suppose we have a goal, but I don't really know how many choices we've had leading to those goals. I mean,
Maybe.
we keep running head first.
So, you a soldier, yeah? And you think maybe you a soldier forever, or what? After you are fighting, you think maybe you retire, go be a farmer, something? Have a peaceful life?
No.
Married, children? No?
No. I don't know if that's in the cards anymore, either way.
Fighting forever until you die.
Fighting until... I don't know. Till I stop people from being hurt the way I was hurt. Watching these petty, pathetic rulers ruin the lives of other people. For their own personal gain. We were seeing those games playing on a larger scale. We were just revealed that there's multiple forces working towards different goals. Some to make a better world.
Goblins, ogres, also elves.
Yes. Wizards working against each other, entities collaborating to some goal, just destroying a kingdom, throwing people to their deaths in this tower.
So we are fighting because one day we can stop fighting.
I don't think you can ever stop fighting.
I think my friend Astra has to stop fighting tonight, and tomorrow try again.
I don't know.
You are right. You are smelling. I can smell you. But I think only I can smell you.
I guess sometimes the scent of death lingers a little bit.
Very small. You sleeping? You eating? Rupanya macam orang
Nah.
might like you are living. You looking like you're living, but different now. Yeah?
I hope so. I feel the same. I mean, death is hard on all of us. And I was not brought back by some divine entity.
No. Kaido before he went down, he died, but they bring him back with the priest. And when he comes back, I can hear his heartbeat just the same. Same, the smell, sound, everything the same.
Well,
You something different.
does Kaiju remember being dead? Kaiju hear people bartering for his life?
I don't know.
Kaiju talk to the thing that brought him back? I chose to come back. I'm not ready to die.
Maybe
It's-
you want to fight some more.
Well, I want more time. Maybe all of it.
You know, before we first meet, you were looking for your dwarf friend. You always seem very not so sure, huh? Not sure what you want to do, where you want to go, where. But now, after you've come back, I think maybe that is the difference. Because now you seem very sure.
I think my sense of justice was the only thing that made me sure. Perhaps living to see that justice done, but now I'm dead. And I have time. So I don't have to worry about one of those things.
Maybe you can get more debt.
Maybe. Puts his finger to his pulse. What does his heartbeat feel like?
So you have a pulse,
Yeah.
but while the standard like BPM is like 120, yours is like 3.
Oh my god.
Very slow.
Almost not there. I'm a little worried.
Why?
Well, I can very clearly still be hurt. So, if Astra treats the undead the way she treated those creatures, is she going to let me die? I'm unnatural. You've pieced it together. Ethlanda Lustina knew.
You want me to not tell her? Say nothing? I can say nothing.
I think
Maybe she will find out.
it needs to be handled delicately, because I don't think I'm like those shambling monsters.
You see faux offense on Zol's face. I am not delicate.
Well, you can go for a small cut instead of a deep one. We'll say precise.
Your secret. You tell
Fun.
when you are ready. But I gave already one thing for you to come back. I don't have many more things to give after that. So you die once.
I don't even know what happens there. I mean, I still need. Still, I think it's more time is no longer my enemy. Men kill for more time. More time with their family. More time to read. I mean, Yundabaleg has leaders who live a long time. Summermorn has leaders who live a long time. Is another question of how some of these monarchs live as long as they do. What prices did they pay? Is this elven vitality or something different? They're all corrupt.
Maybe you too, one day.
Maybe I've always been. Who knows? And look at this body. Kaijiro always wants to punch things. He doesn't seem to have any regard. We all have our goals. And so long as we believe we're doing right, that's the best we can do.
And we're going to go back to Aspen and Cormac.
Aspen is probably at the point of dozing off by now because he is tired. He did just expend a bunch of energy, but before doing that, he would have used his cloak for the first time just so that he can have that active kind of bond with the area around him before he dozes off.
Okay.
So you're near a slumbering Aspen, Cormac.
Cormac's just sitting there, enjoying the quiet for one. Now, seems that like he hasn't really had a moment to just enjoy the quiet in a while. So he's taking it in while he can.
And Astra. Hi. So you're sitting at the base of this tree, talking to it, petting the fox.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a voice. Did you call for me?
I think I did. Is your video?
Yeah, Iridia.
Where is she? Do I see her?
You look around and you do not see her currently.
Okay. Are you here?
In a way.
have you seen what has happened recently? Or heard?
I have not. Are you okay?
Quite the most monstrous things. All displayed in front of my eyes. I am deeply unsatisfied and displeased with many experiences. But mostly I am confused. And I feel a bit misled on where to find help.
You have to understand, little druid, that there are more places here than your, for the most part, up until the tragedy, your protected home that evil can take root in. For this place that you're in is the crossing of all planes.
I see. Can you help us in any way?
For a moment, there's silence. I cannot right now. But Astra,
Yes?
when there is darkness, light a candle. But the brighter the candle burns, the faster it burns out.
I see.
Do not let the darkness creep in.
I will try. Keep me in your thoughts, Iridia.
And the voice will fade from your thoughts. At this time,
I have one more thing for before we take a
Sure.
switch over. Just a quick thing.
I have one more thing for you.
Zulkifli is gonna take out the symbols to Kresna and Nemo. Which of the moons is out at the moment?
So both are. Right now,
Both
Kresna, which is the white moon, is bright and in the sky, and then Nima, which is always further away and smaller, the blue moon, is getting close to being a new moon.
Okay. Cool. Well, Zulkifli will utter a prayer in his own language, and the content of it we shall summarize as a prayer to Kresna, so large and watching over us in the sky, to watch over the safety of this group as we pass through the night and guard us against its terrors, and a prayer to Nima to guide us towards a more fortuitous future, and to forgive us for any transgressions, including that whole thing with the dragon.
Yes, we forgive those who trespass against us.
Just thinking
But
that.
he'll say it. He'll sort of mutter it. It'll be about a few minutes or so, and then you bow, and then he'll hold both symbols tightly, and then he'll go wake up his companions.
Now, before you do that, a few moments pass after your prayer, and you feel the amulet around your neck get hot, almost as if it's kind of like burning, and the air in front of you seems to crack like a mirror and then reforms.
I reach out my hand and touch where the air seemed to have cracked.
Just pat. It's just air.
Reach over, just look over questioningly at Casimir. Does he seem to have seen it?
Mm-mm.
Just me. Okay, then I'll
Something
tuck
amiss?
the envelope. Tucked. Not sure. And I'll tuck the symbols away.
Okay, so just the normal. We should probably wake them. I'm getting pretty tired again.
Okay.
Kydro.
Tap gently on Nazmir's shoulder.
Time for you to punch the next few hours of time away.
Yeah, Casimir gets like a Zulkifli fist like inches from his face. Okay.
Time to
Yeah.
punching, huh?
Yeah. Just be aware, Aspen and Astra are sleeping away, and Cormac is helping watch them.
Why are they slipping away?
Something about a more. I don't know. It's something about being more in nature, or I don't know. I can't remember half of it.
That sounds like them. You know,
yeah.
they probably went to go find a nice tree to sleep inside of.
Yeah. Astra does like her trees.
She does. She slept in trees before.
Yeah. Does it smell like fox musk here?
Yeah, foxes are actually very smelly animals. They smell like piss.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Make a perception check. See if you can-
Okay.
What's that? Fox here? Smell everywhere.
Oh wow, that's a 20.
It definitely smells like animal piss for sure.
Yeah. Just you'll want to like rub something under your nose, because I just realized there's been a fox near here, and now that I've smelled it, I can't unsmell it.
I didn't know foxes smelled so pungent.
Foxes are the worst. Yeah.
But that's the real thing. They really do mark everything.
Yeah, maybe. Especially when they're afraid.
I'm gonna start using prestidigitation all over the camp to replace it with a better smell. Lavender or something.
Love lavender.
Hawaiian breeze. Yeah.
Yeah. Smells like rogue energy. All right.
Boo.
Have fun.
You did.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
Yeah.
So Kifley and Castor didn't do this, but do you want to go ahead and make a perception check?
Oh, I was
What-
just waiting. Killing time.
We smelled a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did a bunch of perception checks. We're good.
You smelled a lot.
Yeah, smell and listen. That's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you
We're
want to
just
do the
perceiving
honors?
each other instead of like the surroundings.
What's your perception?
Not particularly aware of my surroundings most of the time.
Right. I'll go for it. Plus guidance. We'll say. Yeah, not a crazy roll. It's a 15.
We'll do
Wouldn't
it with
it-
advantage, friend. So it's 24.
True. It is 24.
Yeah, the forest smells like lavender right now. But other than that, not much to pick up on.
Ah,
Lavender.
you think we should go check on? Well, they said Cormac was. Aspen and Astra should be all right, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, they're probably alright. Cuts back to Astra and Aspen, and it's just like TPK activity. It's like dragons. And...
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ah. Your punches are getting quite strong, you know.
Oh yeah, and I'm learning actually. I can punch faster now.
That's
Slightly. I can fit in another punch inside my combo.
it's pretty impressive. I just learned how to do that with my sword.
Really? I didn't even know you could do that. Slicing people multiple times from a span of 6 seconds. That's ludicrous.
Yeah.
No, I also found out, right? So, kind of a study, right? So, this is a monk thing, right? So we've got the key. It's not quite magic. It's similar. But everybody has it, but not everybody knows how to use it. You have key too.
Oh yeah.
And I can actually identify, like, your key points, like where they come out.
Interesting.
I've learned that if you hit them hard enough, people stop moving.
Oh wow.
It's like I can just shut you down if I hit you in the forehead hard enough, you know? It's crazy. Doesn't always work. I couldn't get it to work on those water guys because they were made of water,
I'm
which is
pretty
like
sure anyone can do that. Punch someone in the forehead hard enough, they'll just stop moving.
Hey, he's got magic.
special though.
But it's magic!
It's
Very
key.
similar to magic if you think about it.
Sorry, I did interrupt your RP. Keep going. But we were all thinking it, Jaden. All of us.
That's wonderful. May I offer some advice, though?
Sure.
I greatly admire your tenacity and your strength, though I am admittedly somewhat concerned about your impulsivity.
I can imagine what you mean by that.
You know, it is okay sometimes to ask before you punch. In fact, sometimes it is the wiser choice. As impossible as that may be for you to believe.
Right.
I was thinking about those water creatures that we fought, and while most of us were, I as well was fighting them. You know, Astra and Aspen reminded me of something that, in that case, it turned out to be better to not fight. We could have put some of our friends, some of our group in danger if we had continued to fight. Casimir, he got hurt pretty badly.
Right. Well, if I'm being entirely honest, I mostly really go around here with you guys to these dangerous parts to find fights. And, you know, when I get into the motions, it's really hard to stop myself. That's what I love to do. Because, I mean, really, you know, by the time we end up going to the Tower of Allura, what if we run into a water elemental?
You do have a point.
I know how to fight them now.
We did gain helpful battle experience. You're not wrong. But you know, I haven't actually told anyone else here this, but you know how I'm trying to find my wife?
Yes.
Well, I think the whole reason that she disappeared in the first place is my fault.
Oh. How'd you manage that?
I was once more tenacious like you. I had a hunger for knowledge. So I wasn't trying to fight things, but I wanted to know things. And there's something very special about the clock tower where I live. And I tried to exploit it and understand it. And even though I didn't know what I was doing, and I disregarded the safety of those around me to try to pursue that knowledge. And as a result, this portal that I don't understand opened, and my wife was pulled in. She was the victim of my hubris, you can say. And I'm not saying that it's bad to have goals. I am impressed with your growth and your power in fighting. But when it does start to blind us, like you were saying, where it's harder to stop once you get fighting, well, sometimes that can cause collateral damage that we didn't anticipate.
But
So all I'm saying is try to think about your situation. If you need to slow down, I'm sure a tenet of being a monk, there's probably something about meditation, I would guess.
right. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I was never a good monk. Most of I wouldn't even really call myself a monk, really. I love to hit things. That's all there is to it.
As I would not precisely call myself a knight, though that seems to be what those who practice this swordsmanship that I've discovered seem to call themselves. I hope to help other people not have to make some of the same mistakes that I did. I've lived over 200 years, and if I can pass on what I've learned to all of you, younger generation, perhaps you can live a little bit better than I did.
So, I really do appreciate that, Nazma. It's actually very nice. Thank you.
I do appreciate that I know I can depend on you in a battle. So, everything being what it is, you are certainly dependable.
If there's a moment where I find myself unsure in the heat of the moment whether or not I should go through with something, I'll look to you and I'll hope you could probably guide me to see which route I should take that.
Right.
Because even if there was a chance to get valuable combat experience from that last encounter, were we in the Tower of Valera, and I took a decision like that where we could have avoided a fight, and Casimir did get injured, that would slow us down as a group, which would hurt our efficiency.
True.
So,
Indeed.
I see where you're coming from.
And having said that, I will also offer a disclaimer that though I do wish to offer what wisdom I can from my experience, I am by no means the wisest. I offer what I can, but take that with a grain of salt. Suddenly I feel a bit more intimidated when you say that you'll look to me, even though I just offered to, oh boy, to try to be an example.
When when those moments ever come, I will glance to you, and a nod or a shake of the head is, all I'll need to continue past that point.
And I will say, we have had to make decisions that I doubt very many others have had to make. So I think we're all learning and trying to do our best in sometimes impossible circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all have experience slightly different that added together can be of great value.
That's true. You know who you remind me of? Actually,
Who's that?
you actually remind me of the person who taught me my my techniques to be a monk.
Oh yeah.
Although you're a lot more reassuring when he was. He was very stern. Did not really offer up much other than knowledge. But yeah, I was never good at the other half of being a monk. More so the hitting things half. But you know,
And you are pretty good at that.
specializing in it, I got pretty good at that. But you know, I think in order to really help grow my techniques, it may help to really sit down and think a bit more.
I think we can always grow, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's time to wake up, everybody, as the sun begins to rise. And as you all prepare for the next part of your journey, what happens next is a story for another time. So everybody, that will conclude session 32 of Prestige Encounters.
Oh,
Wow, of campaign 2. So absolutely amazing time. Great job, everyone. Great session. A lot to discuss, a lot to think about as we head into next week's session here at twitch.tv/prestigegc at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And I'm specific about the Pacific time. Anyway, I'm going to pass that on over to Astra, our Furbolg Druid, played by Chloe.
Thank you. And a special thank you not only to our DM Michael for putting on the show and making it all run for us, but also to the rest of my players. Y'all are super fun to play with. Tonight was super fun, and I thought that the role play tonight was invaluable. I thought we got a lot of really good insight into everyone's characters, and I feel like everyone kind of got a chance to shine. So that's really special. That's always exciting, and I'm excited to see next session when we have 3 fights in a row. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pass it over to Aspen, who is played by Jeremiah, and he is the other Furbolg Druid.
What a session. I'm glad that we actually ended up, being able to kind of stop that fight in the beginning before people ended up dead or more injured than Casimir was. Yeah, that was great. We got a cool endless thing of water to do a bunch of cool stuff. Nice wondrous item. Thank you for that.
Like make mayonnaise.
Yeah,
Wait,
what?
Sorry. That's the alchemical jug. Never mind.
Yeah, that's not I don't know about that.
Never mind.
But yeah, really interesting. I genuinely did not expect to see that character there at that moment. I had to roleplay on my toes. But yeah, this is very, very interesting. A lot of cool things to think about. More conversations to be had than what were had in this session, definitely. Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next. And with that, I'll pass it over to Noah, aka Zulkifli, our human blood hunter.
thank you. Inspired choice by our 2 druids. Thank you, Chloe, for seeking the peaceful option. That's so often something that we may lose sight of in the excitement of battle, but also can lead to, if anything, perhaps more interesting results. I don't know. I liked what I saw today. Thank you very much for everyone. And yeah, I'm gonna pass it on to Cormac with what I like to say to everybody at the end of a lovely session, which is thank you for role playing with me. And with that, Cormac, not you, Quentin. I meant Cormac.
Oh. Oh, I think Cormac's here then.
Oh, good. How's
They
it
switched
going,
places.
Oh, it's going pretty good there, Noah.
Oh,
Thank you, Noah. Yeah, great session. Great session as always. Really RP heavy, and you know what? We enjoy those here too. We don't always have to be in combat to have fun here. But yeah, it was a lot of
Wait,
fun.
are you guys asking for more combat? Is that what I'm thinking? You want more combat?
No, I'm
have,
saying,
like,
I'm
I mean,
saying,
by
it's a
all
good ba- I'm
means,
saying it's a
next
good
week.
balance.
I
Next
want to
week.
punch things.
Oh my god.
Please.
Maybe
honestly
maybe
love
not
the
all of
roleplay,
us want more
but-
combat. There's definitely at least one person that wants more combat. But no, I'm saying it's a good balance so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always enjoy, speaking in character with all the other lovely role players as their characters as well. So thank you to them. And of course, always thank you to our lovely chat, always chatting it up. And of course, thank you to our amazing DM Salcos for putting this story together and bringing us together each week. And so with that, I'll pass it over to Nate, aka Nazmir, our dwarven fighter sorcerer.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Personally, I'm one of those that enjoys the role play slightly more than the combat, but that is not to say that I don't want less combat. I think both are fun, and I agree that I think we have a pretty good balance here. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. I'm glad to have all of you with us each week, and look forward to seeing you next week. And I will pass it on to Kydro. Or Monk.
Yeah. It was a good one. It's really something when you have a whole session that's just RP, because you really get to explore these characters that we've made. It was good. It was good. We had fighting for sorry. It was good though.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine.
It was great.
Fine.
It was good.
I'm not mad. You're mad.
Balanced
You're
session.
crazy right now, Michael.
You're mad. You're mad. You're mad.
I'm very excited for these recent character developments we're gonna see. We're gonna get into some very cool territory here soon enough. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. And I can't wait on the next session of Prestige Encounters. I forgot the word session off the top of my head. I almost said episode. Very similar though. But yeah, I know. We'll get there. With that being said though, I'm gonna pass over to Casimir.
All right. It was a fun balance today, starting with the fear of a potential TPK. As always, the wonderful dynamic of the party, and like everyone said, it was a great session to really explore some things that characters have been kind of mulling over. The actual official reveal that Casimir is actually still technically dead. Which I've been kind of sitting on for a while, and just little character moments. Certainly breaking up the normal long rest watches is always a fun way to mix things up. And the twist of that cave scene, which was not intended for us to kill anyone, it was just to introduce a fox familiar, which is the most important part of this session. And because of that delightful fox, I'm going to pass it on to our dungeon master who created this fantastic session just for that fox.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you to everyone for tuning in to this session tonight. Fantastic time. Don't forget that you can enter into our giveaway for these Jasper gemstone dice in our Discord at pgc.gg/discord. Enter that into your internet browser. Really good time. But we'll see you here next week at twitch.tv/PrestigeGC at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our next session of Prestige Encounters.
Ooh.
And with
Thank
that,
you,
everybody,
Michael.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.